Good day, viewers. It's your favorite Old Kings Kid 50, and we welcome you to another episode of Footy Warzone Frenzy. And with me here is
Machine Gun John.
Machine Gun John. As you know, we're here to talk about the FIFA Club World Cup ongoing, the semi-final. A very great matchup coming between PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, and Real Madrid. It's going to be a cracker match. Machine Gun John, you agree with me that this is a final before final?
Yes, it's going to be a cracker match, the one we are all anticipating. And I would like to put it to you that this episode of Footy World Zone podcast is brought to you by Brime's Footwear Store and a proud sponsor of today's episode. Now let's go back to the football. Real Madrid versus PSG. This is a match for the ages. This is the most informed team in the world right now in PSG. Now PSG, we expect PSG to put up a cracker against this Madrid side. This Madrid side has not been convincing all season, but in this particular competition, you would agree with me that they've been doing quite well with their new players, the likes of Usain, the likes of Trent, their other left backs, their other players are coming up in the game. You can see what Garcia did and the Gonzalo guy, what they did in the previous match, and you could tell that there's a lot of players that are looking to prove themselves in this Madrid team. So I think it's going to be a very dicey one, Kings Kid 50, if I may ask.
A dicey one. Because if you'd ask me, the PSG side are a very strong team. As you all know, PSG has been dominating European football in the past
1 year.
This past 1 year, because if you look at their performance in the Champions League, defeating Inter Milan 5-0 in the UEFA Champions League final. That is something. It's a dominating final. But I think they will have some challenges in the likes of Pacho and Hernandez, who was
missing the game.
Yes, they were red carded in their last match against Bayern Munich, and I think those two players would have an adverse effect on the tactics Luis Enrique is going to bring into the game, and it might affect the team. Because looking at this Real Madrid side, Real Madrid now, I think their football is more balanced. Unlike last season, where they play kick and follow, just run after the ball. You can't play run after the ball season by season. Though it worked for them in the past, but last season it was a total failure. But they are more stabilized looking at the team now. And if you look like the likes of Kylian Mbappe, and it's a blow for Real Madrid too, because Hudson will not be playing. I think he's red carded and he won't be playing this semi-final match too. But if you would ask me between the both teams, I think PSG still suffer more loss in terms of player quality than Real Madrid, because Garcia can always cover and Rudiger always cover at the back. So there's not going to be much headache for Madrid. But for the PSG side, I think losing Pacho especially, is a big blow for them. But it's still going to be a very dicey one. So, we don't know, but I'll give it to PSG, because the way PSG plays, I think PSG will dominate the game and they'll be more balanced against the Madrid side. Madrid side too, they can come up with a surprise, but I'll still give it to the PSG.
Okay, so with all you've said so far, what's your prediction for this upcoming match?
Let's say 2-1. A 2-1 victory to PSG.
Yeah, I go 2-1 for PSG also. I see PSG edging this one out because they're a more stable team compared to this Madrid team that is just coming together and trying to build a coalition. So 2-1 to PSG, our prediction. You let us know what you think.
2-1 to PSG. And the second semi-final match between Chelsea and Fluminense. I know most Chelsea fans are excited. They are like, I know, the Fluminense is a walkover match. But here's the good news. Here's the bad news for Chelsea fans. The match is going to be a very tough one, because in the group stage, Chelsea faced a Brazilian team and they were defeated. That's in the likes of Flamengo. Flamengo defeated them 3-1. But Brazilian football is quite different from European football. They bring this dynamism into the game. They just change the game. They can defend in mass. They can attack in mass. They can just change the tactics or change the formation of the game. So Chelsea needs to be very, very careful in this one, because it's going to be a very, very dicey game. It won't be easy for the Chelsea side. And these Fluminense guys are very, very physical. Though Chelsea side is a physical side too, being a club from England, but it's going to be a very physical and a very dicey match. You would agree with me that this is going to be a very dicey match, Machine Gun John?
Well, yes, I do. I also think this semi-final is made up of two teams that have overstayed their welcome in the Club World Cup. But unfortunately, one of them will be in the final. And from where I stand, I see Fluminense edging it. You can say whatever you feel, but this Chelsea team has not been convincing in this competition. I would say they are very lucky to be where they are now with the poor tactics they've been using and the poor lineups they've been using to get up to this stage. They've not been convincing one bit. Fluminense also, they are not the best team in the world, but I see them hedging out to this Chelsea side because this Chelsea side is nothing to write home about. With this said, what's your prediction for this coming match?
I'll give it maybe probably a 1-1 in regulation time, then going to extra time, then Fluminense hedging it. Probably a goal or penalty shootout.
Just like I've said also, the quality gap, there's no quality gap in this match. Both of them are like the same level, and I expect a draw also, then probably penalty shootout or a lucky win in extra time. It's not going to be a match of quality, but it's going to be a struggle match because both of them are at par, quality wise, nothing special. Uh, I expect whoever wins the PSG tie would go ahead to win the Club World Cup.
As expected. Like I said earlier, it's final before final between PSG and Madrid. Because in most cases, I'm giving them 90% chance the winner from that game will lift this trophy. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share at Footy Warzone across all social media platforms. TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Footy Warzone. Thank you. Peace out.